Hi everyone, welcome to Tammy's Creative Cards and Crafts. I'm Tammy, and as promised, I said that I would come on and give everybody a list for the Halloween kit tutorial that's going to take place next weekend. This is the finished product right here that I have in my front entrance with all the cute little owl characters for Halloween, and it's pretty adorable. A lot of people have ordered the kits, and they have gone out in the mail and have been already delivered and received by everybody. And so for everybody else that would like to take part and do the tutorial on their own, I am going to give you the list of things that you will need to make your own kit and take part in this great tutorial and have a lot of fun with us. So I really hope that you join in, and I'm looking forward to, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So there is quite a few things in the on the list. So if you have a pen and a piece of paper, you might want to mark these things down, or you can just, of course, you have the recording. You can always go back and mark it later, but I'll just start going over the things with you. So the first thing is the frame is 11 by 14 size frame. So that's what size this ends up making in the finished product. So I picked up a black frame that's 11 by 14, and because of the black pieces that I put around, it looks very nice with the orange and black. The next thing is I put in the background this orange going around here, and that is made with this orange cardstock, and I have two 11 by 11 and a half by 11, 8 and a half by 11 pieces of cardstock that will make up that. So we will cut that to size that will make that fit perfectly in there and seamlessly. You will not even see that where those two meet in there. Okay. So on your list, you will need these two pieces of orange cardstock, and you will also need a few more pieces of our orange cardstock. So in total, mark down 5 pieces of orange cardstock. And all the cardstock that you need to pick up good quality cardstock. I always say that if you work with good quality products, you'll always end up with a good finished product. So this happens to be Stampin' Up cardstock, but if you have a favorite cardstock that you like, then you pick that up. So 5 pieces of orange cardstock. Okay. The next thing you will need is some black cardstock. Now the black is used throughout the characters. There's several characters in here that I do use the black cardstock, but it's also used in the background pieces of every character and every square. So these are cut to 3 by 3. You will need 10 squares of those, cut 3 by 3, just like this. And this one here is cut to 6 1/4 by 3. This one down here that has the pumpkins on it. So that one, again, that is used for the black cardstock. So to be safe, you will need 5 pieces of black cardstock for that. Now, for the background pieces that are here on each one, I've used white cardstock, And again, in some of the characters, I've needed white as well. So to be safe, I say 5 pieces of the white cardstock. You will have extra, but it's better to have extra than to have not enough. So to be safe, 5 pieces of the white cardstock. Now, the other color that I've used throughout here is green. And so I marked down 2 pieces of green cardstock because some of the there's some greenery on the pumpkins. Some of the characters are green. So 2 pieces of green cardstock. Now the shade that I have gone with is kind of like an old olive color, but as long as you're going to use it and be consistent through all the whole thing, you're not going to change all your different shade colors, then it doesn't matter whatever color green that you would like. It's best that whatever your ink is, your paper matches. But again, it's your choice. It's yours, whatever it is that you like. So 2 pieces of green cardstock. A red cardstock, just 1 sheet of that. We use the red for the couple of characters. This guy has a little bit of red underneath his vest. And yeah, so just 1 piece of red cardstock. 1 piece of gray cardstock. You have the witch's hat, little Frankenstein's little bolts there, his wings on the pirate. So one piece of the gray cardstock. I have 1 piece of yellow cardstock. Again, the shades is totally up to you, as long as the inks match. Like I have the yellow cardstock and my ink for the yellow matches the yellow. So 1 piece of yellow cardstock to go with it. So I've done the moon and the little parts of the dinosaur. Some of the beaks are done the same. So that is done in the yellow, and I just need 1 piece for that. And then a brown, which is kind of like, I'd say it's like a light brown. You can see in the ghost there and the wings of the pumpkin. And so you just need 1 piece. The mummy is a brown, the owl is brown, and the branch. So just 1 piece, you'll have enough with that. So, so that is all the cardstock that you will need. All the paper that you will have enough to do the whole thing. Now, the punch that you will need to make your characters is very important. The punch that I have used is an owl punch from Stampin' Up. Now this punch punches out this owl character. It also punches out 2 different, actually 3 inserts for the eyes. So there's the bigger ones, the medium, and then the little tiny ones. It punches out the beak, or it can be a little heart, and also the front of the owl, which is like a little vest. In different ones, it can be the little vest or what have you. I will show you on the character again. So say for example here on the vampire, this little vest piece is right here, and then of course you have the owl, and then these big dots are the white. The red ones are here, and then the little black ones are the small little ones. And he doesn't have a beak on this guy, but as you can see on the pumpkin, the little orange beak or yellow beak. And so you need really the owl punch to make this. Maybe you can borrow it from a friend or somebody that has one in their stash, but you might be able to find one online. It is from Stampin' Up. I do not believe they sell this anymore, but hopefully you'll be able to find one. or maybe you already have one. So that is the owl punch. The other punches I have used, and if you do not have these, maybe you can cut them out by hand. But I used a 1-inch circle punch, just a 1-inch circle. I used a 1.5 circle punch. So a 1-inch and a 1.5. And I used a 1.5-inch scallop punch. Now, if you have a scallop punch that makes a smaller little scallop edge, that's fine. You can use that. This is the one that makes the owl's wings in the different characters. See, if you look at this guy, this one here, all the different ones that have the wings, that's the scallop punch. Okay? So that's a 1.5. If you have a 2, we can use that. If 1.25, we can still use that. Getting to a 1, it's really too small, but anywhere from a 1.25 to 2 can be used. And let me see. The other ones that the other way you can cut these out is if you have a Cricut. You can definitely use that. If you have dies that cut out circles, scallops, and we're also going to be using ovals for the pumpkins at the bottom, and I will show you what the ovals look like. But I did not have an oval die, and so I had to use my Cricut. And all I can give you as far as the size for the pumpkins, for the ovals, is I can give you the measurements, because I did not have ovals for the oval pumpkins. So I will give you the measurements. Maybe you do have oval punches, and those will work perfect. I'll just show you again the bottom here. I've incorporated the oval pumpkin, like the oval punches, and this one here is the 1-inch. This one here is the one, that one's 1.5, and this one is a 2-inch. And these ones are ones I've cut on my Cricut. So they turned out really cute. So these ones here, I'll give you the measurement. This is the biggest one here that I cut out, and it is actually going across the middle. It's 1.25 across, and it is 2 inches high, 2 inches long. And this one is 3/4. Well, let me see. Let me see. 1/2 inch. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like 5/8, and it's 1.5 long. So that's the 2 different sizes that I used for the oval ones. And if it's confusing for those ones, like I said, just don't go bigger than the largest one that I had there, which was 2 inches high, because you just won't have the room. So don't go any bigger than 1.5 inches across. Was that 1.5 inches? Sorry to be confusing here. I'm sorry, 1.25 inches across. Because what happens is we put 3 of them together and they overlap. Actually, I'll just show you. Actually, this is a neat little trick. These ones here, they didn't cut out all the way, so they're only, but just pretend that they're whole ones. But if these were whole pumpkins, well, this one here is going to go like this, and this one's going to go like this. Let's see, it looks like a whole pumpkin. See, and you're just going to overlap like that, and it looks like a big pumpkin. So, okay, so that is the only punch that I didn't have was an oval, and I had no luck finding an oval punch like at Michael's or anything like that. And my dies that I had, the smallest one was still too big for the smallest oval that I needed. So if you by chance cannot find an oval one, we can always just put another circle one in there. It's not a big deal. So we can always figure it out later, and anything can be done to make it work. The other thing is, if you have a little punch or you have anything that makes little branches, they don't have to be the same as mine. They can be totally different, but I just have these little branches here. But I mean, my other one made different kind of branches, but any little thing that cuts out branches, or a die that maybe cuts out little leaves, these are just ones that are going to go on the top of the pumpkins or coming off the pumpkin. You'll need something like that, and I cut out about 4 of those. And then you just want a little piece in here, and this is just going to make your little piece, your little stem at the top of your pumpkin. So I just put that little piece in there. I know this is all seeming very confusing now, but when we're doing the tutorial, believe me, it will all come together. Now, going back to the white cardstock, all my backgrounds that I did for the kit for everybody, I stamped all the backgrounds for each character, because that was included in the kit. Now, for everybody that's doing the tutorial and doesn't have these already stamped, you can stamp your background however you like. The stamp set that I used to do my background is this Stampin' Up! Stamp set called Work of Art. And this is the one that I used. Excuse me. Again, if we look back at this, you can see that I used all the different swirls and, you know, just the different things that are on here to make designs to go in the background. But guess what? Yours does not have to have these backgrounds. You can make it however you like it. If you just want polka dots, if you just want lines, if you don't want anything, if you just want to take your little sponge and sponge a little color in the back, you can do that. They'll look perfect just plain with just the white cardstock. You can make it however you'd like. But that was the stamp set that I made, and that's what I made for the kits, so that's what everybody else is going to have them like. So so that's all your cardstock. I just read that one more time and go over it. 5 pieces of black cardstock, 5 pieces of white, 5 orange, 2 green, 1 red, 1 gray, 1 yellow, 1 brown. I used a 1-inch punch, a 1.5-inch punch, of course the owl punch, a 1.5 inch scallop punch, and then a small and a medium oval. However you want to do that, if it's on your Cricut, a punch, or with your dies. And also some green branches, which you'll need about 4 of those. And then your stamping of your backgrounds, however you want to do those. And again, if you want to wait till next week to stamp each background, you can do that so you can coordinate with what we're doing. Now, the inks that I have used coordinate with the colors that I have used for the cardstock. So, I have an orange that matches my orange, a yellow that matches the yellow, a gray, and a green. Okay? I didn't stamp anything orange, or sorry, red, and what was the other cardstock? Nothing's stamped brown or black or white. So those are the only things. So I had 4 ones that I did the background. And then I also have, this one's called Crumb Cake, but it's like a light brownish color. And this is for stamping around the mummy. And I also have one to go around and do the shading. Well, you're going to use your orange to do around the shading, to do your shading around your pumpkins. You're going to use you can use your brownish color to do some shading around your little devil there. All these characters will be shading. This mummy, that's the one that we're going to use the little brown to do the shading on. And it's going to be adorable when we're finished. So that is all the things that we're going to need. Now, other than, of course, you're going to need glue. Now, I use Tombow, and it's not coming to me. Oh, here it is right here. I also use, this is one of my favorite little things. I use this little pen here. It's called a zig pen. And what it is, it's a little glue pen, if you can see that. And when you are gluing something, it goes on blue. But it's very good at getting in little tiny spaces. The other thing is, if you happen to have a little fine tip glue bottle, something like this, that has a very fine tip on that, that would be fantastic, because there is tiny little dots that you just want to put a tip of glue on and be able to pick that up, because you don't want to have glue going everywhere. Okay, I think that's about it. I think that you'll be all set. I know it seems like a lot of stuff, but once we get going, I think we're going to have a lot of fun. And you start putting those characters together and they look super sweet. It's going to be really cute when it's all done, and you will be surprised at how many people just love to see that on your wall when they come in. If you put it in, mine's in my front entrance, and I get a lot of compliments on it. People always make a comment of how cute the little owls are. So I hope that We have a lot of people that take part. Keep watching my channel this week. I'm looking into possibly being able to do the tutorial on maybe Zoom or Comcast, or having it in some way that we can be all together and that you guys can be able to send me email, not emails, but chat. I do not have enough subscribers to do the live chat, so this is why I'm wondering if it's possible to do it in a way that I can do like a live tutorial. But if you guys are having a problem or you have a question, you can chat back to me live. So I am looking into that, but I will keep you posted by the middle of the week whether that's going to happen or not. And if not, we will go with the normal way, and we'll do the first video. If there's any questions, I'll get them resolved and go on to the second video. So that's it. If you have any questions about any of the supplies or anything, leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you, and I hope that there's a whole bunch of people that join us. I'm very excited. I know a lot of people are excited to take part, and I'm pretty sure that everybody got their kits. If there's anybody that didn't get their kits, I think I checked the tracking, so I'm pretty sure that everybody did. But if there's anybody that didn't, please leave me a comment, and I'll look into it. And everybody stay safe. If you're not a subscriber of my channel, please subscribe and hit the like button, and yeah, join in the fun. We're going to be doing a lot more than the Halloween. Hopefully it'll be a seasonal thing and a lot more fun videos. So I will talk to you soon. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.